Derek White finishing with 12 points, 4 or 5 from the field, 4 or 5 from 3, and a team high, game high, plus 18. Celtics now 54-25. So the magic number again is 1. They'll play the Knicks on Thursday. Then they got the Pelicans on Friday and the Magic on Sunday. They've got to win one of those games, or the Knicks have to lose one of their remaining 3 games for them to lock up the 2 seed. It gets a lot more interesting, though, once you go further down the standings. And the Charlotte Hornets, with the loss tonight, now find themselves in the 9 spot. There's still a way for them to climb up into the top 6, but as it stands right now, Charlotte would be fighting in the play-in. And, of course, if they're in the 9 spot, that means that they would end up facing the number 1 seed. That's the best they could do from 9. Now, if they obviously get up to 7 and 8, that would be different. Celtics postgame plus. Tom Giles, Chris Forsberg, Michael Hall.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing?
What did you think of tonight's game? Well,
before I tell you what I think of tonight's game, I don't want the Knicks to lose. I would like to see the Celtics play the Knicks on Thursday and secure the number 2 seed straight up, head-to-head, knock them out because, 1, you take care of your own business, but 2, it's symbolic. It's symbolic of the season that we've had. Heard in the offseason that the Knicks were supposed to rise to the top of the East, and Cleveland and Orlando and everybody else. And just to put the Knicks down, to get them at least at the number 3 seed, if not further down, I think is really a statement for the Celtics. Now, tonight, fun game because the Celtics defended. I think this is a preview of what will happen in the playoffs, whether you play Charlotte or anybody else. I think people get excited, Forsberg, about the offensive wizardry of some of these young teams. Like LaMelo Ball had it going. He had it going through 3 quarters, and that's exciting to watch. But the playoffs are more like the fourth quarter when somebody's determined to take away your best option. You got to figure out more creative ways to score. The best teams can do it. Young teams like this one generally struggle, and that's what happened in the fourth quarter.
It's a learning experience, right? Like, normally you need either some vets that have been through it, and like they got Grant Williams, and some guy like Charles Lee is obviously, as a coach, has been through it, but you know, like there's no one that can kind of steer the youngest guys and the guys that are going to comprise the core of that team. And so they probably got to take some bumps. And yet there'll be one night where they're knocking down threes and everything's clicking. And that's why, like, Detroit to me would be fascinating because Detroit is going to struggle to consistently put up points, at least while we figure out what Cade looks like and whether he can be the same player through the early portion of the postseason. But yeah, I think the Celtics, just these last few games, whether it was Atlanta or Toronto or this, just another reminder. Like, that they've been there, they've done it, they've got tons of guys that can elevate in that moment, and you got to prove you can get up to their level. And those young teams just haven't been able to do it.
And obviously Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, they've been there plenty of times. And Jayson Tatum, meanwhile, is talking back in the locker room following this win. Let's hear from Jayson Tatum.
For tonight, what changed defensively, end of the third, end of the fourth, allowed you guys to go on the run and take control of the game?
Just for some matchups. You know, obviously LaMelo is playing super well and had it going. So we obviously, you know, it's about managing the game, changing things up, and we did. And I think rebounding really helped, limiting them to one shot because they're a great offensive rebounding team.
How much confidence does this group have that you guys will figure it out in the midst of a game, and where does that come from?
Yeah, that's always been a thing. And you want to be a really good team. You know, it's never going to go exactly how you plan. And you got to make adjustments on the fly.
You're able to do a lot of scrimmages leading up to your return, you know, getting work with a lot of teammates, things like that. What do you remember about that process and what those were like and how they helped prepare you to play a lot of minutes and just be ready to go when you did return?
I mean, it was just part of the progression of my rehab. You know, started with like 3-on-3 and 4-on-4. See how I would respond, incorporate, you know, some of the two-way guys and guys that, you know, weren't playing as much. And, you know, we just kind of continued the progression there.
Was it pretty seamless? There's some ups and downs to that process. Like, what was it like just kind of getting your feet under you and playing a game action for that first time?
I mean, I just remember it was a lot of fun. Obviously, it had been a while since I competed and scrimmage and stuff like that. You know, I just felt a little bit better each scrimmage as we went on.
What do you see from Jordan tonight in terms of his impact, helping to slow down LaMelo, and then just the overall impact he made with his energy?
Just being ready. Not necessarily knowing when he's going to get in, but knowing that as part of being a professional is when your number is called, to come in and change the game. Crash the glass, defensive rebound, pick up 94 feet, hit an open shot. And give him credit. He definitely did and change the energy of the game.
Jayson, are you looking forward to Thursday?
No, not really.
But I know, but it's like, have you thought about it? Have you pointed to that date? Like, have you kind of envisioned what you're going to think about when you walk in there?
I thought about it. I'm not like thrilled to go back and play there. Last time I played there, obviously it was a traumatic, experience for me. Obviously I knew at some point I would have to, get over that hurdle and, play there again. So it's going to have to be this Thursday, but it's not like I'm thrilled about it, but it's part of it. I decided to come back and play, so, not necessarily like skipping certain games. I can't play back-to-backs right now, but, I decided to come back and play, so just another game on the schedule.
Knowing it's a team you might face in the playoffs, does it help to go there the regular season, kind of get one under your belt there beforehand?
I played there. I played in every arena a handful of times, so it wouldn't make a difference to me.
Was it important for you, though, to make that trip during the regular season before the playoffs and a potential second-round matchup?
To make the trip Thursday?
And to play in that building and to go through that again.
Like I said, I was going to have to play there at some point. So, might as well get out the way now.
It'll be the game you're playing on the front end of the back-to-back there. You're good to go for that one.
Hope I ain't breaking no rule, but I plan on playing Thursday.
Jayson, you guys have won 11 of 13. You've only lost 2 games since you've been back. What's trending in the right direction?
Just ramping up at the right time. Knowing that post All-Star break is pivotal for, teams really trying to compete for a championship, and you want to be physically feeling your best as a unit. Playing well as a together, clicking on all cylinders. This year is no different. We've been playing extremely well going into the playoffs up to this point, and knowing that we got a few games left to, feel really good about ourselves, and then, find out who we're gonna play.
Do you feel like you guys? Okay.
Some really interesting stuff there from Jayson Tatum regarding Thursday night, as the Celtics will play at Madison Square Garden against the Knicks, and it would be the first time that Tatum has played at MSG since last year in the second round of the playoffs when he suffered that injury. And we were wondering, are the Celtics going to play guys, right, Chris? And it sounds like Jayson Tatum said, I hope I'm not breaking any rules, but he plans on playing in that game on Thursday.
I think he's breaking a rule. So, but what it does indicate is that maybe the Celtics go all out for that game. You hope to either lock up that seed, or you feel pretty confident that you'll still find a way to steal a win over the final 2. But if he played 43 minutes, if Jalen played 43 minutes tonight and Tatum plays a season high tonight on his own, I wonder if that means like Thursday night is the last sort of dress rehearsal before the postseason. You start to downshift guys. You're still going to have that whole week, but like get bodies fresh. You've already accomplished what you need to accomplish. But it is going to be fascinating to see, like just him going back out there. And I know he downplayed it, Michael, but
yeah,
you got to feel something.
He
did, and he didn't. He's I think gave a very human reaction the first time. Hey, I'm not thrilled going back to the place where I had a traumatic injury. I'm not thrilled going back there where it cost me almost 300 days between basketball games. So that was the first answer. And then the follow-up, the great follow-up from the reporters on the scene. So, hey, does this feel better to get this out of the way? Well, I played at all the arenas. No, the first answer is right. Going back to Madison Square Garden, I think it's going to be a mental game, a mental battle for Jayson Tatum? And what side wins out? Does he just get through it and say, hey, look, it just happened. It was a freak injury. I'm not superstitious. Madison Square Garden is not cursed for me. I can go out here. I've played some great games here. I'm going to play another great game. Or does he get in his own head? And is it one of those things where he just doesn't have a great game because he's still thinking about what happened last May?
I mean, he did use words, clear that hurdle.
Yeah, it's a hurdle. It's a mental hurdle. There's no question about it.
Especially for
and I get it, too. I get why it is. But at some point, as he said, at some point, you got to do it because as much as I would love to laugh at the Knicks and see them lose in the first round, I don't think they're going to lose in the first round. So, hey, there's a very good chance you're going to see the Knicks in these playoffs, and you will have a game in Madison Square Garden. You're going to have to get through it.
So clear that hurdle on April 9th instead of waiting until May 9th or whenever that first round would be down there. So I don't hate the idea of bringing that's the last sexy game on the calendar, right? Like let's see what they got. Send a little message before you reach the postseason.
All right, again, Jayson Tatum tonight playing almost 39 minutes, and it sounds like he's going to play on Thursday in New York as well. Jordan Walsh with your dunk and dunk of the game. It's all about the dunk. This pass from Jaylen Brown. Jordan Walsh doing a nice job running the floor.
Isn't JB roasting him for his dunks on his Twitch stream?
That was pretty good.
That's efficient.
All right, so here you go. The last 3 games. You got the Knicks on Thursday, then the Pelicans back in Boston on Friday before wrapping things up with Orlando on Sunday. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to hear from Jaylen Brown coming up next here on Celtics Postgame Plus.